Good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. Mo Mukherjee Das, and today we are officially, we have launched our book. Myself, Mo Mukherjee Das, and Dr. Keshav Mandal, both of us together officially launched the book on the socio-economic political impact of COVID-19 in India with respect to West Bengal, principally with respect to West Bengal. And this book will be officially launched through webinar. This is the start of the webinar series that is going to happen from today itself. We are going to discuss about our research findings in this book, what we have found in this book, and through this webinar. I'm fortunate that to have Dr. Mandal as my principal author of this book. Dr. Keshav Chandra Mandal, who is currently working as the headmaster of a government-sponsored high school in Kolkata, West Bengal, and widely renowned in India. He has authored 11 books and 3 monographs. He also published more than 4 dozens of articles in various national and international academic and peer-reviewed journals, magazines and newspapers. Presently, he is serving on editorial boards of various institutes, magazines and journals. This author, he obtained his first MA degree in political science from Kolkata University in the year 1991, 2 additional MA degrees from Madurai Kamraj Universities in 2006 and 2009 respectively, and PhD degree from the Dashnagar University in the year 2009. He has completed a 24-month-long research in the year 2015-2017, financed by the Indian Council of Social Science Research, abbreviated as ICSSR, as its project director. Among his 11 books, 4 books is in 6 publications in English language and 46 in the World Library holdings. His fields of interest are gender empowerment, local governance, development studies, and sustainable development. He has wrote a number of books. Among them, some of the notable books are like West Bengal Government, Institutional Constants of Development, Empowerment of Women and Panchayati Raj, Gender and Empowerment, a Comparative Analysis of India and USA, Barack Obama, the Harbinger of Peace and Prosperity, The Thoughts of an Unknown Indian, Mamata Banerjee, The Lecture of New Bengal, Gender Empowerment, Local Governance, Prospects and Debates of Sustainable Development in India. And there are many also in the pipeline, like Sustainable Development in India, a comparison with the G20. I am again thankful to Dr. Keshav Mandal for getting associated with him, because during this process of bringing out this book, I am a totally novice of book writing specifically, although I have written many in journals. But regarding this book publication, I had learned a lot from Dr. Mandal and hope this learning from Dr. Mandal continues this, bonding continues, this academic bonding continues in other upcoming lectures. Thank you, and over to Dr. Mandal for the.
Thank you very much, Mo ma'am. And I would like to thank Anandita here and Nupurdi. And I'm expecting some more people here, but I don't know actually to our friends, to many of our friends, this online system is new one, so many of them are not accustomed to it. That's why it is being problem for. So am I audible and visible to all? Anandita, Nupurdi, do you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just beginning, as Mo ma'am introduced me, so I would also like to introduce Ma'am. She is also a doctorate of Vishwabharati University, and she is a media educator and future media of Future Media School, Kolkata, and she has done her PhD on children literacy and communication strategies in cartoon channels from the Vishwabharati University, and she has been selected as a media advocate from West Bengal for the palliative care and communications campaign under World Health Organization and World Palliative Care Association of India. You see, every time what we do after publishing a book, we normally launch it in some places. But this time the world has been collapsed almost. You can say everywhere lockdown is going on. So it's not possible for us to hire or to an accommodation and gather somewhere and speak about our books and have some face-to-face interaction. But it's not possible now at this moment. That's why we thought that what we have done, that we have made jointly this book, and I thought that we should share our experience and the results of the book with our friends and with our with our colleagues and the people who have been with us during the entire course of our study. Many of them have helped us by their suggestions and by filling up the form and giving many tips about the problem created by COVID-19. So we thought that we have some moral responsibility to share our views on the book to the people, or particularly to the people who were associated with the book. All right. Thank you very much for helping us in making this book. You see, the name of the book we have given, Socio-economic and Political Impact of Coronavirus on India, Challenges and Prospects. From the very name you can understand that we have tried to give emphasis on the socio-economic, the constraints or socio-economic impact, and as well as political impact of COVID-19 or coronavirus on India. And you see, and we have tried to examine the prospects and challenges also. So there are so many challenges before us, not only before India, entire world itself. So we have tried to specify the problems here in India, and we have tried to show the prospects, show the bright sides of coronavirus also, because the government of India has targeted to achieve $5 trillion economy, and it is very hard during this time to achieve this great ambition. And but still, we are hopeful person, and we are optimistic people. We are not pessimistic people. So as a hopeful and as a pessimistic person, as I and Ma'am, we thought that we should do something for the nation. We should do something for the increasing of consciousness level of the people, and we should study this epidemic, and at the end we should provide some suggestions to the government of India, so that we can have the fruits of development in the days to come. So the book, we could not publish it from any traditional publisher. We have published this book from Amazon Kindle. You will get the book in both print media as well as ebook format. However, I would like to say that the book consists of 6-7 chapters, At first, preface and acknowledgement. This is a small preface and small acknowledgement, and after that we have given a small introduction, and that is from 6 to 36 pages introduction, and then we have tried to give the global overview. What is the situation in the world of this pandemic? We have tried to show that in chapter 2 and in chapter 3, the field of the study, where we did study actually, we mentioned that, and in the 4th chapter titled Socio-political Impingement of Coronavirus in India, this is a major chapter of this, major and important chapter, most important, one of the most important chapters of this book. And then chapter 5 deals with economic crisis in India, measures and provisions, whereas chapter 6, role of media during coronavirus epidemic, has been portrayed. Mo madam has contributed this chapter. She has written completely this chapter. I did not touch here. I did not put any knowledge here. It's entirely her creation. And chapter 7 deals with government initiatives, recommendations and conclusions. So in this way we have I cannot hear any word. Oh, finally I am hearing. Okay, Anandita, do you hear me? Okay. Okay. So you see, chapter 1 starts with the very good words of our Honorable Prime Minister. It starts with, this is going to be a long fight. We don't have to tire or feel defeated. We have to win in this long battle. Narendra Modi, our beloved Prime Minister, told in the beginning of COVID-19, because it's a long fight. He assumed that India is going to fight a long battle, and we should not feel defeated, and we should not be tired to combat this epidemic, right? So you see, the world as a whole is shivering from the death threat of coronavirus. An unprecedented and uncanny situation that has erupted before all of us from north to south and east to west is just unimaginable and incomprehensible to any human being. You see, in last 100 years, nobody in the world has seen such an epidemic like this one. No, the coronavirus blitzkrieg has shattered the so-called socio-economically and technologically inexpugnable countries and defeated one by one almost effortlessly, hasn't it? The most effective countries are the fast growing and very high human development countries. You will find that not only African and Asian poor countries have been affected by this epidemic. Most of the countries in the first world have been affected much by this pandemic. So did the world witness such a epidemic earlier? Did anybody imagine earlier that there might be this kind of problem, this kind of endemic, this kind of epidemic? No, nobody, I think nobody presumed earlier. You see, what is the global situation today? If we look back, if we look at the picture of World Health Organization, we will find that the world is really in a very bad shape or in a bad condition with coronavirus cases. You will find that about 75,53,182 confirmed cases of COVID-19, including 4,23,349 deaths according to World Health Organization. And if we make a comparison of the cases between the regions as defined by World Health Organization, we will find that in America 38,525 cases, confirmed cases, whereas in Europe it is less than 13 lakh. It is 23 lakh about approximately, and in Southeast Asia it is 4,39,348, whereas in Africa you will find that 1,61,254 confirmed cases, right? But you see, when we compare the cases of COVID-19 and the death rate in the world, if we take some major countries in the world now, we will find that there is a light of hope between the confirmed cases and death cases. You see, in the USA, if you see that total confirmed cases are 20,10,391, whereas death cases are 1,13,757. So the death cases are not more. Here in India, you will find out of 8,993, only 8,884. I mean, about 9,000 are death cases. So the death cases are not much. This is the light of hope, right? And time is very short. I would like to speak a few words on the economic impact. The COVID-19 pandemic has spread with alarming speed, infecting millions and bringing economic activities to a near standstill as countries imposed tight restrictions and movements to halt the spread of the virus. No. So as the health and human toll grows, the economic damage is already evident and represents the largest economic shock the world has ever experienced. So this is the largest economic shock the world has ever seen, the world has ever realized, the world has ever felt. The June 2020 Global Economic Prospects describes both the immediate and near-term outlook for the impact of the pandemic and the long-term damage it has dealt to prospects for growth. The baseline forefront envisions a 5.2% contraction in global GDP. So 5.2% contraction of global GDP is going to take place in 2020. Not only that, advanced economies are projected to shrink 7% per capita income. So this is also a great, just a minute. Another participant has joined, so I am admitting her. Moonjana, yes. Okay. So you see, most countries are expected to plunge in recession, all right? And before emergence of COVID-19, you all are aware now at present, you all are aware about COVID-19. I am not going to tell in details, but I would like to say a few words on the influenza of the or the virus that or the three most dangerous.
8 minutes left.
Yes.
Just keep a tap on the watch.
Right, ma'am. Right. Okay. So in 1918, about 102 years ago, the world has witnessed the gravest pandemic of the 2 centuries, where about 5 million people got affected, and 50 million people, about 5 crore people died in that epidemic. So this was the greatest virus-related epidemic that took place in the USA mainly, and it took about more than 5 lakh people in the USA alone. However, we are not going because ma'am reminded me because time is very short, right? So we have to close within 10 minutes because time is limited here. I would like to say, you see, the aims and objectives. I would like to say what aims and objectives were of our study. The origin of we thought that we would examine the origin of the epidemic. And number 2, we wanted to see the level of consciousness of the people in India and particularly in West Bengal, and then the socio-economic and political impact of COVID-19 on India we wanted to examine, and then to provide some concrete policy prescriptions for recovery, recovering the losses and achieving India's target of $5 trillion economy, right? And what is the importance of the study? Yes, many people were asked us that why it is important. So for them, I would like to say that it is very much important because a quick response. This study was a quick response to the unforeseen and untold misery and pain to the people caused by COVID-19, right? And then to show light to both the people and the government in the darkness of the epidemic. Number 3, to increase the understanding of the people about government of India's initiatives to mitigate the pains and suffering of general citizens in the country. And number 4, helping government with some concrete policy prescriptions so that government of India gets benefit from the prescriptions given by the respondents and given by the people in India, right? And it's really very time constraint. It's not possible for me to give in detail the study because it is a 262 page book, and we hope that we would like to share our thoughts, share our book chapters and the results, more detailed results, socio-economic results and economic political impact of COVID-19 on India. And we have given some concrete policy prescriptions to the government of India, which we would like to share with you in the next meeting. With this, I would like to conclude here, though incomplete. Please don't mind. Thank you. We will share with you. And the next time, I would like to request Mo ma'am to continue the next part. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.